Hello and welcome! It is Gauntlet of Greatness time. It is no banned list modern once again. We find ourselves today in Group D, the fourth group, the last trip through the second round. Affinity and Breach Post got the wins in this group the first time around. The losers were Miracles and Thopter depth, so we're about to play an elimination match between the Miracles deck and the Thopter depths deck. There you get the matchup. Is it going to be Vampire Hexmage? Is it going to be Jace the Mind Sculptor? Spoiler, Jace the Mind Sculptor is kind of guaranteed to win this match because he's in both decks. So this is the Miracles deck. It is Counterbalance. It is Sensei's Divining Top. It's a little different than Legacy, where Miracles is actually really good, though, because there's no Brainstorm. So you're really just relying on the top. But I mean, the rest of the deck is a nice, solid blue-white value deck, right? You've got Jace, you've got Terminus, Click, Snapcaster, Path to Exile with all the cantrips that you would want to set your hand up. I mean, it kind of feels like the gang's all here, but if you watched week one, gang didn't really show up. The deck didn't really gel. It feels like it might be metagame for just a very precise subsection of No Ban List Modern that just... I don't know. It also got smashed in the practice match, but that's okay. Shadow, you can do it.
I can do it.
You can do it. The opponent here almost managed to stitch things together last week, but did not. This is Thopter Depth. So basically, you've got a couple combos shuffled together here in a nice blue-black shell. Vampire Hexmage with Dark Depths is the best of the combos. But there's also a couple Thespian stages that you can use to combo with Dark Depths, and even a Tolaria West to go get the missing piece. Meanwhile, Thopter Foundry, Sword of the Meek, is also a nice two-card combo that will eventually win the game. It doesn't win it on the spot, but every mana turns into a life and a 1/1 flyer, and that's usually good enough to get the job done. Meanwhile, I mean, all the blue value cards are here, too. Your Ponders, your Preordains. This one, a little more disruptive with Thoughtseize. Randomly there's a Chalice and a Repeal. I don't know. We will play this out, and we will see what happens. What do you make of this matchup so far, Shadow?
So your deck could just go off,
yeah,
and I can't. Oh. So, and it's not like I have really good counters to stop you from going off.
Yeah, that's the problem, I think, with your deck is, like, that's the real thing that's missing from a good Miracles, like a Legacy Miracles list. You don't have Force of Will. You don't even have Counterspell. You have, like, what, Spell Pierces in there? And
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm afraid that the translation into Modern just isn't good enough for your deck. But
even no banned list, it just no good. All right, let's try it out.
All right, I am going to set up a match in Constructed Open Play, Getting Serious. I'm guessing we want to play 1-for-1 and not free-for-all. Clock. All right, 60-minute clock. Just to make sure it doesn't matter. Come fight me. And we're off.
I'll meet you on here. I'll talk to you after the game.
All right, sounds good. So go first thing is a difficult decision, right? All right, what does my hand do? It's like... It's not great, but I don't know that I can mulligan it, right? It's got a Thoughtseize and a Preordain. It's got good mana. It's going to miss... I think I have to keep this. I don't know. I only have half of one of the combos. It just feels like the rest of the hand is so nice. I'm going to let him Preordain. I'm much more worried about Divining Top and then also Path to Exile. I don't know. Maybe the Scry mulligan makes mulliganing with a combo deck just better than it used to be. It's definitely a below average hand I've kept. don't think I care about my life, and I do care about my colored mana. Oh, you know, I think I Thoughtseize him first. Yeah, I think the play is Thoughtseize. I don't want to let him get a counterbalance down on turn 2. Jace, Ponder, Preordain, Divining Top, Click. Interesting. So he's only got 2 mana. He preordained bottom. I mean, Jace is the most powerful card in this hand, but I feel like maybe I take the Divining Top and then just misstep one of the cantrips? I don't know. It's a weird spot. Divining Top is the best card in this hand. Therefore, I'm going to take it. And I don't think it's worth sticking my misstep under a Chrome Mox just to be able to preordain now. It's maybe one of the flaws in my hand. This Chrome, the Chrome Mox is almost a mulligan. Yeah, I'm just going to try to mess him up this way. First, then he's going to play Click. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to mulligan. Bottom. He went bottom top, so he's almost certainly got his 3rd land now. So we go get the Click, right? Yeah, we just get the Click. He's building up to a Jace. But I mean, Click is coming down next turn and putting a clock on me. And I kind of need some time. Jeez, I'm down to 10, hilariously. I'm just going to keep getting Watery Graves. 8, whatever. What does Chalice do? Chalice doesn't do anything particularly exciting. Hex Mage is obviously half a combo. I will keep it. Hi, Mog. Sorry I missed you at the 1K. Yeah, Legacy 1K at Mox Boarding House is free fun. Chose not to shuffle, so he's probably got Jace next turn, which is actually really bad for me. I wonder if I was supposed to take the Jace. I mean, it's bad for me if... Well, it's only bad for me if I have my token in play main phase, which I shouldn't. Ah, interesting. I can just play the Hex Mage out, though, right? I mean, it can kill a Jace. It can attack and pressure a Jace. It can kill a Jace. I think having at least Summoning Sickness so that I can potentially attack Jace is useful here. Hilariously, I can almost kill Jace in one hit, but if I draw land, I can play and equip Sword of the Meek. And presumably he just brainstorms here. Not in love with the way this game is played out. I feel like I kept a slow draw and I gave him time to sort of stitch his draw together. All right, well, we killed Jace, right? Yo. Bye-bye, Jace. I'm just like, can I have the other half of a combo? Any combo will do. I'm all set. I just need the other half of any combo. I mean, obviously, I could sack Vampire Hexmage to kill a Jace as well, but it's not nearly as exciting because I kind of want to have the Vampire Hexmage. Interesting. How much permission do us? He doesn't have Counterspell, though. Do I just main phase this dig through time? I think I do. Like, what does he do about it? And, like, if I draw Dark Depths, I want to drop it into play. I literally don't know what I'm risking here. So I clearly take Dark Depths. Do I take the Misstep? I think I take Misstep to defend against Path to Exile. Like, I could take half the combo, but that doesn't do a whole lot. All right, here go. Vendilion Click. It's annoying. It's not the end of the world. It means he can clear my Misstep, is what it means. I don't know that he has Path. Yeah, I can't do anything about this. Huh. Now I have the other combo. So if he does have a Path, I get Thopter Sword running. Then you get hit by a click down to 4, but Thopter Sword will come online, so I should be okay. Has not been the most impressive game for this Thopter Depths deck, but I still feel like I probably win here. Yeah, so he is playing defense. Does not sound like there's a Path to Exile coming. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you can buy yourself a turn. So this just works, right? Now I just pay a mana, sack the sword, and the sword comes back, right? Right. I'll leave up dig through time in case something goes horribly wrong. Yeah, he looks like he's just spitting. Path? Make me kill you with the other. Oh, and I can't quite dig, right? Nope, can't quite dig. Sad. Yes, I do wish to return it. And then I wish to sacrifice it again. I don't know how he beats this combo. With 3 cards in his hand. Yeah, that combo just beats him. Attacking for 9 next turn, so there you go. No problem. Thopter Depth's up a game. Yeah, he beats it by spell snaring it. That sounds about right. So I don't feel like I have any bad cards in my deck. Maybe these Chrome Moxes aren't awesome just because it's not really a Chalice deck either. Like, my ones are probably more important than his. I just feel like I want the ability to randomly bounce something. Maybe Spell Pierce is good. I'm not in love with Chrome Mox in this matchup. But I mean, sometimes I am just going to be able to do stuff before he can do anything. Would I rather have a Spell Pierce than a Chrome Mox? You know what? I'd rather try 1 Spell Pierce and have 3 Chrome Moxes, because I definitely don't want to draw 2 of them. Let's try it this way. Yeah, I do live in the Seattle area, Tay. Bellevue, more specifically. Right by the Mox Boarding House store. Well, like 10 minutes away anyway. So I'm on the draw. 1 land is okay with 2 preordains. I have a Hex Mage. Yeah, I think I keep this. I think on the draw with 2 preordains, I totally keep this. I don't know why his list doesn't have Pithing Needles. You'd have to ask the guy that submitted it. All these decks were actually submitted by viewers. So, you know, we had viewers send in all the decks they thought might make sense for No Bandless Modern. I sorted through them and kind of picked out the 16 that I thought made the most sense. I did my best to find sort of, you know, relatively straightforward versions of all of the obvious decks. Like, there's so many cards on the Modern ban list. You kind of want to have, oh, the deck that uses this card, and the deck that uses that card, and the deck that uses that card. It's not the only thing we did, but it's a lot of what I did. So I know that Miracles deck came from Josh Monks, who said he had some success with it at local tournaments. Like, Mox Boarding House does host the occasional... There's a couple stores in the Seattle area, actually, that host No Bandless Modern from time to time. All right, do I ponder or do I preordain? So confusing. I see... I guess I ponder first? Then I can preordain my way through the garbage if I need to? Yikes. So there's no land, but there's a Thopter Foundry to go with my Sword of the Meek. And I have 2 preordains. So I can draw Thopter, then ponder. I think that's okay. So next turn I have 3 looks at a land, right? Because the first card I see off that ponder we know is not a land, but I get to see the 200 and I get to reshuffle. Yeah, I went with the Ponder first rather than the Preordain because I wanted to see more cards. Because I so desperately want to find a land. It does mean, though, that I risk looking through the same garbage a second time, whereas Preordain, I'm obviously not leaving anything on the top that I don't want to. Meddling Mage is a card. I have a Repeal in my hand. It's so hard for him, though. Like, I have two combos, because I have this one and I have this one. And the Dark Depths one I can actually do without ever going through Vampire Hexmage. I think he's right to name Vampire Hexmage. But I can do it with Thespian Stage in a pinch. Come on, deck. Find me some land. Chrome Mox. Huh. That's got to be better than reshuffling. But I mean, I have to put them all on top. So what? I Chrome Mox removing Jace or Preordain. Then I cast a Preordain. Oh, I can remove Hexmage, except that it's black. So I don't think that's the right answer, because I need blue mana. I don't think it's worth reshuffling. Chrome Mox is definitely better than reshuffling. I think it might be Jace. Just because this first Preordain is just going to put garbage on the bottom. Like, I think I bottomed the second Chrome Mox rather than drawing it. Which means I'm probably going to want to cast the second Preordain next turn. Then I want to Spell Pierce. All right. Interesting. So I can play out Thopter Sword, and it might even work. I would feel better if I could defend myself from his Spell Pierce. So I might take a turn to set up and let Meddling Mage hit me. If he has like a click or something here, that would be pretty good for him. Well, he's got Counterbalance. That's potentially bad. Wow, since it's Divining Top here. Oh, I'm just locked. Wow, I just lose. What do I have to do now? I have to, like, set up a big repeal turn? Ugh. I just have to hope there's no 2 on top, right? Because it would be blind if there is. So I play what? The Thopter Foundry first or the Sword first? Well, while it's blind, I need to try to get the Thopter Foundry into play. Because if he counters Sword of the Meek, I can get it back by sacking Chrome Mox. All right, if this works, I'm actually okay. Survey says blind flip. Dig Through Time. Dig Through Time does not counter Thopter Foundry. Well, he's got his combo. If he can't win for him here, he kind of deserves to be eliminated, right? This is Jace, cracking a fetch land to get to 4. Jeez. If he can't win from here, then get out, you know? I'm mana screwed. I've seen how many cards? Like 7 cards and failed to find the land number 2. He's got his combo and the Mind Sculptor. And I still feel like I got a shot. Like, if I just draw land, then even if he puts a 2 on top to counter the sword, I still have my combo. I mean, I guess I have it next turn, but a land would help a lot. Otherwise, I'm just anemically making one guy a turn. Come on, deck. Jeez. Did he put a 2 on top? He did. Not surprised. But it's not a big deal because this comes back whenever a 1/1 comes into play, and I can eat my Chrome Mox to create a 1/1 and get the engine started. Two cards have been Meddling Maged. 3 cards can be countered by simply tapping Divining Top to put it on top. And I'm still in it somehow. 14 cards, 1 land. Actually, more than 14. Because I, scried 2 to the bottom? Yeah, I scried 2 to the bottom. 16 cards, 1 land. Oh my god, a land! I mean, whatever, right? I'm just saying go. I have to decide whether I'm getting a Watery Grave at some point. Because I have no reason to make guys now. Maybe he'll attack into me. Crazy. Big picture here, we're playing a 16 deck tournament to try to figure out what would the best deck be if there was no banned list in Modern. As you're afraid of that, that's just annoying. And there's just not much I can do about it. I mean, I could cast my Repeal for 2 right now, but then I'm not making 3 guys. And the click makes it that much more important to be able to make a guy. Yep, took the Repeal. That was the only reasonable card in my hand. I get rewarded for not sacking my Scalding Tarn preemptively. I can shuffle the Repeal back to the top. Although I actually want lands. Yeah, if he finds a Stony Silence, then I'm dead. Well, mostly dead. I'll have, what, 3 guys, one of whom's wearing a sword? Actually kind of slows the beats. I don't know. Jace probably just starts bouncing them at that point. He doesn't find a Stony Silence, though. I think I'm okay. Ugh. Dig through time. Interesting. If I Spell Pierce, I force him to Divining Top? Is that even... That doesn't even sound worth it. I'd rather make a guy. Oh, but I put the Divining Top into the Dig. Maybe that would have been worth it. Because he has to take the Divining Top with his Dig. He just replays it. I don't think it was worth it. I'd rather have a guy. Stony Silence is a little weird in the Divining Top deck. I will give you that. I mean, it's just hanging out in the sideboard for decks like mine. Well, deck like mine in Affinity. There it is. Great. And once again, I can Spell Pierce, but he'll flip top. So that seems like it's just not worth it. Do I actually need Watery Grave here so that I have double black? Or do I care about my life total? I mean, the double black doesn't even help me until I find a repeal for the Meddling Mage, so... All right, now there's a Stony Silence in play, shutting off your Divining Top. I just attack into Jace, right? Like, I guarantee deal at least 2 damage to Jace, where he has to suicide to bounce a token. I think that's right. Also, now my cantrips might resolve. Yeah, I mean, his crackback is for 5, which is not that big a deal. Right, so this trades a token for a click, which I'm fine with, and knocks Jace down to 1. What? I crack fetch first and then start pondering and preordaining? Sounds right. And now, I still think it's ponder first. Do you randomly have a 1 on top? Randomly has a Vendilion Click on top. Well, we found Dark Depths. Oh, Dark Depths Teleria West, so that I can do it without having to go through a Hex Mage. And now the odds of Spell Pierce doing anything seem tiny, so I'm going to go ahead and preordain. You know what's awesome here? Non-land card. Non-land card is awesome here. Both of the cards you care about are, in fact, lands. I do get mildly punished for playing my fetch land first. Because I would rather have played a Dark Depths that turn. I guess it doesn't matter. I can't Teleria West and drop the Thespian Stage next turn because Dark Depth doesn't have for mana. This should be repeal or... Well, it should be repeal, yeah. No, he plussed his Jace, I see. Yeah, that's pretty good. I still win this race, right? I take 2, 4, and 4, and then attack for 20. Plus, I can have my Thopters get in the way. Probably, presumably takes dig through time here. And here's where my Thopters really matter. Ha! Yeah, I mean, this is just Dark Depths and Transmute. I guess there's a question about what I'm doing about Jace. No, I can't take a hit from a click. Where are you? Thespian stage. All right. Here we go. So the way this combo works, Thespian stage can become a copy of Dark Depths, but it didn't come into play, so it doesn't get the 10 ice counters that Dark Depths gets. What that means is you now have a copy of Dark Depths with no ice counters on it. The legend rule kicks in and says you have to sacrifice because you now have 2 of this legendary land in play. You keep the one that has no ice counters on it, and then it triggers and turns into Merit Lage because it has no ice counters. Now, obviously, we're going to lose to Path to Exile, but, I mean, come on. He went turn 2 Hex Mage, turn 2 Meddling Mage or Hex Mage, turn 3 both Counterbalance and Divining Top, turn 4 Jace, turn 5 Stony Silence to stop the other combo that you snuck into play despite all that. Oh, 4 and then 7 is annoying. Is that how this works? I take 4 and then 7? If I take 4 and then 7, I'm dead. So I have to get in a chump block now. Oh, if I have my Thopter next turn, then I guess I lose to second Jace if I do it this way. I got to make sure I don't get my Merit Lage token bounced by Jace. So also the click can play defense for a turn. I am going to get my thing bounced by Jace, aren't I? Blah. I mean, it's certainly true that I only take 11 if he bounces pre-combat, which means he can't bounce post-combat. But he can leave click on defense, block Merit Lage for a turn, and bounce. I guess I do want to make him use Jace next turn, don't I? The fact that click can chump Merit Lage for turn is going to beat me. I have to draw a way to get click out of the way. Or he's going to survive long enough to bounce with Jace. Oh, wow. Really? I will choose to keep this one. He's got a path, and I've got mental misstep. Oh, don't blind flip. Don't do it. No, he blind flipped a 1. Oh, you gotta be kidding. I blind flipped a 1. Ridiculous. Blind flipped a 1. Oh, he had a second path. He showed me at the end. He had a second copy of Path to Exile. He also had a Snapcaster Mage, so he had 3 copies of Path to Exile already. All right, on to game 3. Stony Silence was annoying. Meddling Mage was annoying. My sideboard doesn't do anything about these cards. I could have a Chalice to, like, hypothetically, I can Chalice 1 to beat Path to Exile. And I guess that beats Replay Divining Top, but yeah, I mean, I have my Into the Royal, I have my Repeal. Those are my answers to Meddling Mage. Those are also my answers to Stony Silence. I think I've got it built correctly. He just needs to not draw quite so many hosers and so many paths. Yeah, let's see what happens. All right, on to game 3. Seems like everything had to go right for him there, right? I think we're still okay here in this game 3. Definitely would like to play first. This draw's kind of crap. Like, I have a misstep for his first whatever, but it is 3 land, 4 spell. All 3 of the land are fetch lands, which basically mean I've got half of Dig Through Time paid for. And I've got a repeal for whatever he does to break up a combo. The problem is my hand doesn't do anything. Like, I'm going first. I can get draws that just win right away. And if he has like a Spell Pierce for my dig, it's really bad. I think I'm the beatdown here. I don't think this draw is aggressive enough. And I get a Scry if I mulligan, so I think you're supposed to go to 6 fairly aggressively with a combo deck with the new Scry mulligan. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to mulligan. This hand is very similar. It has a different combo half. I think a better combo half. I am content. This hand feels slightly better. And it's basically, I have Dark Depths where I used to have the Thopter Foundry. Maybe Thopter Sword is a better combo against him. It's only really answered by Stony Silence. All right, he kept 7. I do not want land number 4. Oh, these are Watery Graves now instead of Polluted Deltas. Maybe that does make this hand worse. Do I want Spell Pierce? I think maybe I do. Counter something and get a mana toward Dig Through Time. Like counters Counterbalance, for example. Pretty good. Is 2 counterbalances, a dig, meddling mage, path, and a random relic. Don't care about the relic. I feel like I take meddling mage here. Right, I take meddling mage and then leave up spell pierce for counterbalance. Or do I let him have counterbalance since he has 2 of them and he has no combo with it? So they're just blind. Definitely taking the meddling mage. Question is, I don't think I'm supposed to fight over counterbalance when he has 2 of them. It feels so much better if these had been polluted deltas. Oh, he didn't have double blue, did he? I forgot his only other land was a plains. Having misstep for path is nice. Now we just need a hex mage. Interesting. Now I am tempted to counter the counterbalance. Just because getting a card in the graveyard has... Oh. His relic beats my dig through time. That's what the relic does. It's another one where this came from. That relic is just going to keep chewing away at my graveyard, so trading resources doesn't really do much. I think I just have to hope the blind flips don't get me. Nice. If I get blind flipped, I didn't have this. If I'd known that this was the only turn where I needed to care, I totally would have spell pierced, untapped, and dropped X Mage. I didn't know I was going to draw it this turn. Come on, don't do me this way. Island. Excellent. We know he has a path, but he did not have a misstep when we saw his hand. I feel like I have to go end step Dark Depths, even though I won't have Spell Pierce. I'll only have Mental Misstep. But, like, I want to attack. I don't want to give him more draw steps. Oh, wow, he can put 1s on top. He can preordain a 1 to the top to defend Path to Exile. Not that I can do anything about it. I mean, he has to see 1 right here. He goes top. He went top. So he knows exactly what's happening here. He doesn't top as a bluff, right? There's no way he goes top as a bluff. So I have to assume that there's a 1 on top right now. I mean, I can just attack him with Hex Mage for a turn and make him draw it, right? And then I can even get Into the Royal involved, hypothetically. Top. It has to be a 1. Like, I've seen his hand. I know it has a path. He knows he just needs path to exile. Yeah, he's got a 1-drop on top. I'm going to make him draw it. Interesting. So what does this do? This means... Sorry, I'm going to let my wife know that I'm streaming. So this means I can't bust up Counterbalance with Into the Royal. Okay, I can't bust up Counterbalance with Into the Royal. I can still attack with Hexmage. And make him draw whatever that 1-mana spell is. If he reveals the 2 here, I'm going to feel like he got me. I don't think he would do that on a bluff. Yeah, he's not going to reveal. I'm guessing it was a preordain. That makes sense. Now what? So bottom top, drew his 1 card, played Flooded Strand. I mean, I do have to worry about the fact that he might have found a second path to exile by now. At the same time, am I really going to not go for it? Like, I can just keep attacking him with Hex Mages. All right, this is an interesting spot. It's a blind flip off Counterbalance. I guess it's 2 blind flips off Counterbalance because you can draw the card in the middle with Relic. He has 1 copy of Path to Exile in his hand. What happens if I just keep attacking with Hex Mages, though? Like, I have a 3.5 turn clock, don't I? If I give half my clock away to fight over Dark Depths... Ugh. It's a lot of 1s for 1.5 blind flips. It's 2 blind flips. 2 different blind flips. You can draw a card in between. I'm just going to keep attacking him with Hex Mages. Don't actually care if this gets countered. Wouldn't mind some more information about his hand. Divining Top. Neat. Had the 1. Which I guess means I'm going to need to misstep the Divining Top, right? Because if I let Divining Top resolve, then every future 1-mana spell is auto-countered. That is, I'm presuming he took Dividing Top. Nimbus Mage revealed that time. So I have a sword. Exciting. It actually does cut a turn off my clock. I can spend next turn equipping it. Take 5. What a weird game. He shuffled. So it's a path to exile and 2 cards off a dig and a card we don't know anything about. Click. That's annoying. Nothing we can do about it, though. He can get the misstep out of our hand, which is the annoying part, and then he can drop his Divining Top, which is all very annoying. Exactly how he plays it. Hexmage Beatdown, though, hilariously, can totally get there. It couldn't even have been the card I blind drew off the click. I mean, I just equip and attack, right? Hilarious. So this means he's saying he has another path? Or he has a Jace or something? Because now, I mean, could also just be saying I put enough pressure on him that he's now obliged to fight this fight. So if I make Merit Lage, he's only got 1 card left in his hand. I mean, it could be a Jace. It could very easily be a Jace. I mean, if it's a path, I'm just going to lose this game, right? Really hard to set up an Into the Royal. Could be a Snapcaster Mage. Could be a path. Could be a Jace. What can I do about any of those cards? I mean, I guess I can set up Into the Royal to bounce Divining Top. It's never going to work. And I can all... I mean, the misstep doesn't do anything since he can put Divining Top on top and counter it with Counterbalance. I think I have to make Merit Lage. And hope. Pierce the Path still doesn't do anything. Like, Spell Pierce and Mental Misstep both just lose to Divining Top, flipping to the top on a Counterbalance. I can pierce. He flips and I misstep. That's interesting. That does seem worth trying. Of course, if he's randomly got a 1, he gets to check, which is super annoying. To see if he randomly already has a 1. And he does. Just randomly has a 1 sitting on top of his library. Lovely. Ha. So now what? Yeah, make Merit Lage, see what happens. Yeah, let's hope the Hex Mage beatdown was just put him under enough pressure that he doesn't have an answer for this. He has a chump block too, so he has like 2 turns. Probably. I mean, I can try to enter the Royal Bounce. So we lose to Jace, Path, and Snapcaster. But these things happen. He drew pretty well. Sigh. Yep. The top is already on top. That is the other top. We actually get to dig through time if he doesn't tap Relic on his turn. Damn it. I guess we're going to lose. funny how these games have both turned into races. The ones we're losing. He's actually managed to get kind of a clock out. Oh, that's not nothing. Come on, Vampire Hexmage beatdown. At this point, though, he's been floating cards on the top of his library. You'd think there'd be a 2 in there. I don't think Vampire Hexmage beatdown could win this game. Relic of Progenitus. Why is he wanted to see a card deeper? Wow. Come on, go Gadget, Vampire Hexmage beatdown. He dug and wow. Failed to find it too. This is crazy. I can't win. This would be a crazy win. He's done everything. He locked me. I managed to sort of kind of sneak, put enough pressure on him to make him blow his path. I then forced him to show me the ability to break up the combo, which he did, including a blind. I think that was a blind flip-off counterbalance. Maybe he had pondered, but I don't think he'd had a chance to activate the top. Because if he'd been forced to activate the top, we could respond. All crazy. We even have Into the Royal ready to kind of muck things up here if he tries to leave blockers back. And we know he didn't have a 2 a minute ago. All right, he chose to shuffle? Yeah, so he shuffled off of the ponder. Now he has a fresh 3. He's had trouble finding 2s before, though. Maybe he got trouble finding a 2 again. Of course, the flash creature kind of beats that. Bounce your flash creature so it can't block. Replay it. So you're going to have like Supreme Verdict. Are you familiar with the Legend Roll, Shadow? I may as well see who he targets first, right? So he's targeting me, but I can use my Into the Royal here to bounce Snapcaster because he's out of mana, right? I mean, he might have a 2, and he might have a land in his hand, but this wins the game if neither of those things is true. That was a tough one to win. Crazy. Crazy game, sir.
Great game. Great game.
That was fun.
Man, I wish I could have find it too. I was floating non-stop Sensei's Divining Tops. They just would never end. Oh, so good. I'm like, no more Hex Mages.
I can't. The Hex Mage beatdown got there.
Well, like A simple sweeper would have been fine too.
Yeah. You don't play that many, but I mean, a couple. I thought it was going to be Supreme Verdict when you started tapping mana at the end.
That's what I was hoping for.
Crazy game. Hex Mages got there.
Obviously, I'm supposed to attack with a click and
Yeah,
then
but
play it, but like I was desperate and yeah, but whatever. So 4-2, and then I got absolutely nothing. Oh, so good. But like 2 counterbalances felt really good. Like
did
let
have
one
it into the Royal.
resolve. What's that?
I had Into the Royal the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like bouncing a counterbalance doesn't do anything because you have 2 of them.
Right.
Was it blind flip on the one where you had the top, or had you actually set that up? When you go for the path on my Hex Mage and I make Merit Lage.
Oh, that was blind. Like I was gonna put my top on top, but
Yeah, no, I know. I was gonna respond to that. That's the thing. Like I was spell piercing so that if you miss your blind flip, I can then play for the misstep that I just drew while putting the top on top is on the stack and the top isn't actually there yet.
Right. It's not a cost. It's
part of the resolution. Yeah.
Yep.
So it would have worked if you missed the blind flip. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think that you had actually set that one up.
No, and I had like no real answers, right? Like I path blind, knowing that I got to see 4 cards down.
Sure.
Like I'm like, I could find a meddling mage, I could find, a sweeper, I could find Jace.
Yeah, those are good games.
Yeah. I really enjoyed. Like that was better. It was a better game than I thought it would be after watching the practice matches, which lasted exactly 5 turns total.
Yeah, well, I mean, the practice games were like, I make Merit Lage and I have misstep for your path. And this time you had more paths than I could prevent, than I could stop. So you forced me to plan B. And like, I won the one game with plan B was Thopter Sword.
Yep.
That was how I won game 1. And then game 2, my plan B was Vampire Hex Mage Beatdown. I didn't kill you with Merit Lage in the real game.
I mean, you taking my meddling mage to start that game, that was brutal.
Yeah, sure.
No, you just lose if I play that, I guess.
I mean, I have a repeal and an Into the Royal, but yeah, it's
sure. But you can play one. You won't be able to play both of them.
Well, but the thing is, meddling mage, you have to pick which combo you're going to break up, right?
Yeah, but you have to start with the Hex Mage because, like, I want to take away.
Apparently, that was also Plan B. Yeah, you take away one of the combos and you take away Plan B.
Right. Well, I have a bunch of cards to take away Plan B, including that stupid rock, which also takes away your
I almost got you with the Thespian stage, though.
Yes. Well, the second game, I had a lot of answers to that.
You did.
But that's because you came out slow and I came out as good as my deck can.
Yeah, I came out slow and you came out meddling mage. Anyway,
did you have
that was fun.
multiple Hex Mages in your hand?
Yeah, I had 2 Hex Mages.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, Miracles is done. Out of the tournament. It wasn't embarrassingly bad, but I don't think it belonged in the top 8. Thopter Depths, I don't know, jury's still out. Like, sometimes it looks amazing, and I don't know if it has the consistency that some of the other Broken deck does, though. Like, I feel like the Dredge deck is just always absurd, and the Thopter Depths deck is, like, occasionally absurd. But a little vulnerable to something like a random Path to Exile. I don't know, maybe top 8. I mean, it's going to have to play for it. It's 1-1. It'll play the other 1-1, which will be the loser of our last match today. Breach Post versus Affinity.